Round. Right. So Peter McGrail, I've got some facts here, so you got to tell me if they're right or wrong. I'm pretty sure they're right. 24 years old,
Yeah,
born and bred in Liverpool.
yeah,
Glittering amateur career, 7 national titles, and part of Team GB going to the Olympics.
yeah.
All spot on.
All spot on, lad.
Yeah, we just talk to me a little about the Olympics then. Just tell me, obviously, we've had all the issues with the pandemic. Obviously, there's so much uncertainty. You know, how's it been with all those experiences waiting for that confirmation?
Um, it's been horrible, lad. Know what I mean? We've been, obviously, I joined Team GB in 2015, and we went out to Rio, helped the lad sparring the team who was going there, and then from then I just thought like I definitely want to go to the Olympics. Like the atmosphere and that there was brilliant, and obviously stayed on the squad. Uh, Done well over the past 4 years. Had a medal at all the major tournaments I went to, and obviously was meant to go last year. Do you know what I mean? And we was at the qualifiers. All the lads and the girls were ready and that, and only 2 of us got our chance to qualify. Me and Galal Yafai, where we both qualified, and then the day the day I boxed and he boxed, the qualifiers got cancelled, and that was the last boxing session, and then obviously in a few weeks later, it all come about. The Olympics got cancelled as well, and it was at the time, which was obviously last year, it was a nightmare. You know what I mean? We all had in our heads we would all go to the Olympics, and then obviously most of us would have been turning pro, which is what we all can't wait for, because we get to, instead of going out to Russia and fighting, or Uzbekistan and fighting, we're fighting hopefully in our own town in front of our family and all of our fans and that, know what I mean? But it was one of them. It was for a few of the lads, it might have been a hard decision, like whether they wanted to wait or not. But I just thought to give me another year of experience on GB, give myself a year to get better, get stronger, and make myself better for the Olympics. And then obviously I'll be better for when I turn pro then, and when early year. So it's just fingers crossed everything goes ahead now, which I think it's going to.
Yeah, definitely fingers crossed. That sounds like it's been like a long road then. Obviously, it is the pinnacle for amateur fighters. And you said yourself, you went there and saw the atmosphere, and now you can't, you've had that dream of wanting to be in the Olympics, and now it's happening. How confident are you heading to such a major tournament?
Yeah, my confidence is high, you know what I mean? Like, just mentioned then, I've had medals at every major over the past 4 to 5 years since the last Olympics. And in one European gold, I've had 2 world bronzes, so won a Commonwealth gold as well. But to get to be on the podium at the last 2 worlds, it's like, I know I'm up there with the best, know what I mean? And lost out on 2 close fights in the World Championships both times. And going into the Olympics, I'm feeling fitter, I'm feeling bigger, I'm feeling stronger, and a little bit more grown into the weight, and got more experience behind me. So I'm feeling very confident going into these Olympics, definitely.
You just mentioned then you've had all those experiences, World Championships, bronze, etc. Do you know, like, the fighters that you're potentially going to have to watch out for from the tournaments you've been around for the Olympics?
Yeah. All the kids that are going to be at the Olympics will have been at the World Championships and the European Championships that I've been to. You know what I mean? So I know what I'm coming up against, and they're all good fighters. Even like there's going to be fighters who haven't went on the podiums at them tournaments that are good fighters. But I believe in my own ability, and I know I'm one of the best in the world at my weight, which is 57 kilo for the featherweight division. So as I said, I'm going into the Olympics believing in myself to come back with the gold, definitely.
So you mentioned before about turning pro. Obviously, that's the dream for everyone. You're 24 years old now. You're at the prime age really for turning professional. But obviously, you're going to have that Olympics. Is it a plan to just turn pro straight after the Olympics then?
1,000,000%, lad. Yeah, been waiting for it for years now, and got a few of the lads in the gym. Got Andrew Kane, Nick Ball, Bradley Strand. They're all pros in our gym that are coming through now. With me coach Paul Stevenson, and and I had a week at home this week, and it was nice to get in, training with them, sparring with them, and that's what I'm looking forward to most, getting back in the gym full time with my coach, Paul Stevenson. Like, I've been with him since I was 10. Like that's since started boxing. I haven't been to no other gym, obviously, apart from when I trained in Sheffield with Team GB. So that's like what I'm looking forward to the most, at that, and also fighting, like, hopefully selling out the Echo Arena, you know what I mean? Well, the M&S it's called now, innit? But just everyone coming to watch me and support me, and me hopefully bringing some world titles back to Liverpool.
I love that. Like I said, I was going to ask about you. You must have thought about turning pro. Obviously, you've got that tunnel vision for the Olympics, but obviously it's in the future. It's going to happen, and it's like you said, you've been with your coach since you were 10. I mean, that journey. I mean, surely you just want to explore that as far as it can go in the future.
1,000,000%. It'd be great to go all the way to the top with him, from like, obviously, driving around England, going to schoolboy finals, driving up to London, to, obviously, you never know, flying over to America, fighting for world titles, you know what I mean, and bringing them back. It's still only halfway through the journey, you know what I mean, and it's been a great journey up to now, but I'm looking forward to getting back in there full time with my coach, like, definitely.
Yeah, that sounds incredible. So obviously you mentioned about the M&S Arena. There's a lot of huge arenas in England, Wembley, Manchester Arena, Cardiff, the O2, and obviously Liverpool as well. Are there any places you dream about fighting, or is it just I want to fight everywhere?
In England, obviously the Echo would be great, you know what I mean? The M&S, just loads of scouts in there supporting me, but the O2 Arena's a belter as well down in London. It's I reckon there's been a good few shows there over the years, and a lot of brilliant pros have boxed there, you know what I mean? So it'd be great to box there, but obviously the dream's to box in Vegas, innit? Get all the family over, and then have a little holiday afterwards. That's the dream, like, definitely.
It's amazing that that could happen one day. It's just a matter of how your career goes and stuff. Obviously, you sound like someone who just wants to take on the world. A lot of fighters you see with Liverpool, they just take on anyone who wants it. I mean, we saw Liam Smith last night going to Russia and taking on.
I know. I thought he won myself, but politics in boxing, it's just madness. It's horrible.
But yeah, he's going over to Russia, and it's incredibly hard to get a result there. And probably nobody wanted to take that fight. That's why he had to go out there and do it. Is that is that your mindset as well? Is it just anytime, anyone, any place, anywhere?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Any boxer put themselves in there, anyone, and they're going to believe in themselves, you know what I mean? And but obviously turning pro, it's a business, in it, and you've got to make the right moves. You've got to hopefully you've got the best team around, your managers, promoters, and obviously your coaching. You want them to guide you properly so that you don't get through in with someone a bit too early. Do you know what I mean? But myself will just obviously get coached up. Me coach Paul Stevenson, and whatever the team is around me, I'm pretty sure that they'll guide me in the right direction. But at the moment, all I'm focused on is obviously the amateur side of things and getting a medal at the Olympics.
Definitely. I'm loving the mindset. So just give us a quick, tell me about yourself, about your style as a fighter. I've heard you've been called the Scouse Lomachenko. Do you still go by that, or is it something else?
Yeah, now over the years, like, it depends who you come up against. Like, the Lomachenko angles will work against more fighters than others. Do you know what I mean? But I'm a southpaw. I've got brilliant footwork. I'm very fast. I'm starting to go into the weight now, so I'm getting a bit of power behind me. But just speed, movements, and power. And I've coming from the southpaw, I like to use my angle as well and move my head a lot.
So you talk, like you said, Scouse Lomachenko, that's working against, I guess, coming forward fighters, very aggressive fighters. I imagine you just adapt.
Yeah. It depends what's in front of you. Do you know what I mean? You've got to adapt to the opponent that's in front of you, and sometimes the angles will work. Sometimes you've got to just go forward. Sometimes you've got to go backwards. But obviously, it's down to you once you get in the ring, what you decide, how you decide to box.
So tell me about your boxing influences and who inspired you growing up, maybe just from Liverpool, or is it anyone around the country, someone you grew up watching?
Probably when I was a kid, you had the likes of Tom Stalker. He was from Liverpool, weren't he? When I was young, he was obviously fighting for GB, weren't he, in the Olympics. and that was good to see all the city was behind him. And even from then, I was thinking I'll be good to box for GB and box in the Olympics. You know what I mean? But as a professional, as I'm a southpaw, I've always been good on my feet, in and out on my feet, side to side on my feet. I've always watched a lot of Manny Pacquiao as well. And obviously, since people were saying there's Gauss Lomachenko, I started to watch a bit of him as well and pick up a few things.
Is there anyone that you'd love to meet in the boxing world that you haven't met yet?
Manny Pacquiao, I reckon it'd be good to meet him. I've watched a lot of fights of him, and 8th division world champion. He's a legend in the sport. Yeah,
definitely. So who's your favorite then? Your favorite fighters, across all weights, maybe right now in the world, maybe give me like a top 3, top 5 fighters in the world who you really love.
Who are active at the moment? Or
active at the moment.
Active at the moment, I like. I'm into Teofimo Lopez. I know I love Lomachenko, but I like his style and his belief. You know what I mean? And obviously rose to the challenge against Lomachenko, didn't he? Who else is he? There's a Mexican called Martinez. He's I think he might be either, don't know whether he's light fly or he's flyweight.
Flyweight champion, WBC.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
But he's very spiteful, and he's very exciting to watch. And every time you watch him, you're in to watch an exciting fight.
Definitely. So yeah, you're talking about southpaws there. It's a southpaw fighting this weekend, obviously in the biggest fight of the year so far. How do you see Canelo, Billy Joe going?
I'd like to see Billy Joe knock him out, because I can't see, if it goes a distance, it's just going to be like the same as Beefy, innit? Like, no matter how well he does, he's probably not going to get the decision, because I thought Golovkin beat Canelo. I think it might have been the first fight.
Yeah.
But he didn't get the decision, so I'm open to see Canelo, Saunders knock him out, which obviously is going to be very hard, because he's got a granite chin, and he just obviously doesn't really get it much that clean, so it's going to be hard to see. But I'm looking forward to watching it. Like, it's going to be an exciting fight. You know what I mean? Because the build-up's been all right over the past few days, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Of course, I can't wait. It's going to be a very nice clash of styles. I think it's the most that Canelo's been rattled in the, since,
definitely.
Well, maybe since Mayweather, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think everyone's so respectful of him. But
hilarious Billy Joe though, and he's a funny one.
He's not everyone's cup of tea, but you have to.
He's hilarious.
He has some bad days, but when he's funny, he's a joker. But very focused, which is interesting.
He's looking in good shape as well, so it's going to be a good fight, definitely.
Just the last few really. Just talk to me about your future. Then, how do you see the next 3 to 5 years going? What's the goal?
Obviously, the next few months is get these Olympics in Japan, bring a medal home, hopefully gold, and then turn pro and just stay busy for the first 1 to 2 years, and then build up the rounds, 8, 10 rounders, 12 rounders, and then start pushing on for titles. Know what I mean? And hopefully, in say 4 to 5 years, I'm up there in the top 10, and I'm challenging for world titles. Definitely. Love
that. Cheers, mate. That's all I've got for you, really. That's anything you want to add at the end? That's all my questions.
Nah, that's sound, lad. Yeah, nice one.
I'm just gonna stop the recording.